right, Jeff, I think without any further delay, morning and welcome to all our resellers, and good afternoon to those based in Mauritius. I'm not forgetting about you. Thanks for joining this KONFTEL webinar and presented by Jeff May, Sales Director at KONFTEL, and introducing, for those that do not know her, Candice Jones. She is the representative for KONFTEL based in South Africa. We're very fortunate to have her on this call as well. Very excited to announce during this call, we will be having a lucky draw for a Cam 10, and one of the you participants will be a winner of that device. That will be a bit later. We will include our COO of the company from Headset Solutions, Neil Tritter, to do the live draw for us on video. And as always, the webinar will be available afterwards on our website. For you to share with your colleagues if you want to revisit, relook at something we discussed, go back into slides, anything like that. It will be available there over the next couple of days. And yeah, as always, I want it to be interactive. Guys, if you've got any questions, anything is unclear, need any clarity on anything Jeff is discussing or presenting, please post the questions. I will interrupt, Jeff, if you don't mind, live. So when we're on the topic, we can answer the question directly and we can take it from there. Jeff, but I've actually got a personal experience over the last couple of weeks with one of my customers I visited at his offices. He's actually a CEO of a very large company, to walk through his building and walk through his boardroom. And strangely enough, when we start talking about the boardroom requirements, I'm talking about a big boardroom requirements here. He actually said to me a couple of things he's looking for. He said he's looking for a proper camera, proper audio, and he wants to walk in, connect his laptop, and start a video conference. I sat back and I said, but what about a codec? He said, no. He's not interested in a codec at all. He wants to be able to use his laptop. He knows his laptop. He's been using it for the last couple of years. He knows how it works. He knows how to share from it. And strangely enough, it's been dependent and he loves it. And that's the way he wants to do a VC. Very strange for me is that we've seen this shift in the market, and I'm picking it up more and more on a daily basis. So I'm actually very excited about what you guys are going to be talking about here and going to be presenting for us as well. Yeah. But without any further delay, let me hand over to you, Jeff, and to Candice.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rodney. That's a really interesting discussion, and it's very typical, I've got to say. And we've got some information to share about that precisely. So I hope that's going to be interesting for everybody. And Candice, welcome to the call as well. You've been with us for a few months now. What is it that you've kind of been experiencing these last few weeks and such?
Thank you, Jeff and Rodney. Absolutely, Rodney, you've hit the nail there. There's two major things we've been getting from a discussion perspective in terms of audio and camera. It's remote work, firstly, and secondly, it's your larger boardrooms. I think we can all attest to that based on what's been happening with COVID and the requirements, with distance and so forth. We've been getting a lot of discussions or inquiries around bigger boardroom settings. So,
and you're spending a lot of time going out demonstrating, aren't you, Candice, I believe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's the bigger boardrooms, and having space around boardrooms has been one of the inquiries that's in the discussions that we've been having for the last couple of months even, and remote work. So those two have really been the talks and the inquiries around audio and camera.
Okay. Thank you, Candice. So I'll present some information to you all today. Candice and Rodney, and any of you, please, ask questions or whatever. Candice is available to help any of you to kind of meet with you, present, demonstrate, help you with your customers, as are all the team at Headset Solutions. So without any further intros, where are we? Let's start off where we are today. And it's been a tough few weeks, tough few months. The quarter itself, we've in South Africa, it's been a tough time with quite severe lockdowns at times. So business has been disrupted. Travel has been restricted. More, if not everybody, most people have been working from home, and it's been mostly focused on keeping safe and keeping sane. But that still means keeping in touch and making the most of this scenario that we've been living through. So we've all had to be seen, heard, and be involved to keep participating, to keep the businesses rolling. But we are at that time now where we're starting to plan ahead. And what is that? What are we expecting to happen? So undoubtedly, flexibility is going to be key, because there has to be the right balance between people going back to the office at the right time. We are still living with COVID, but we are living around it and we're living through it. So there is flexibility required on all sides. So some people will be working at home, some people will be working in the office. People might alternate, people might be together at some times, but not at others. So a hybrid working model is going to be with us. And I think that is going to be global. So what we see everywhere is reflected in South Africa as well. So we do think that there is going to be more and more of this kind of like dynamic, flexible workforce happening. But what it does mean is that there's going to be more selective decisions made about who to see, when to see them, and where to see them. So that does mean more online meetings, more video meetings, more audio meetings. Offices have got to make space for these kind of meetings, and people will have to do it with a long-term view that it's got to be a smart return on investment, not just a quick fix, which a lot of us did. You know, a year ago when this or more, you know, we all made decisions just to get through the first few weeks and months. This is now a long-term investment plan that people are putting right, what decisions they made, but looking forward to the future, so that we can continue to be involved in everything that we do in our business world. And just to give you some fact and figures, not too many, but we have been working remotely. And this is a survey from a company called Frost & Sullivan, a big global analyst, and they say that remote working is going to be a massive market growth, massive market opportunity, because more people are going to be doing it. We might not all be doing it 100% of the time, but most people will be doing it in the future. And it might be that new people coming into the workforce, they'll be doing it as well. So the actual growth in personal video and endpoint devices that these people need to work successfully at home are going to grow massively. I mean, you can see the statistics there, but you can get the trend. You know, there's not many sectors in the industry, in the whole of the ICT industry, I would say, that have got these kind of growth figures. So it's an important market for us and for you to look to offer the very best solutions for remote workings. But if we look at that as a total picture of the collaboration space, the remote workers are the little orange graph at the top of the slides. You can see that that is only a very small proportion of the bigger picture, and it's exactly what Rodney and Candice were just talking about. People's investment in their office meeting spaces are huge, and they are just going to keep growing and growing. And there's two different types of investments. One is a traditional video conferencing type of investment, where you would have fixed endpoints with, as Rodney mentioned before, their own codecs, where people will actually set up dedicated conferencing facilities. And that's a huge sector, and it always has been. That was the traditional way of doing meeting and collaboration for video. But the middle sector, the blue sector, you can see here, this is the biggest sector to come. It's already, you know, probably nearly a third to a half of what the whole market is. In 2 years, it will be the half, and it will only get bigger and bigger. And this is the flexible way. This is the kind of like the USB connected devices, so that people can connect. And you can see all the statistics, but please, the idea of this is just to show you what is happening in the world market and what will happen in South Africa. So it's a great opportunity, and the level of activity, Rodney, you and I were talking before, you were saying that the level of activity these last few weeks has just gone crazy. And we're seeing this globally. You know, the world is planning to get back into the office. It is getting back into the office, and it needs great facilities. So what does that mean in terms of planning ahead? Well, we've said already that remote working will continue, either full-time or part-time. But it means that we've got to invest in ourselves, our companies, our partners, all the people involved in business need to make sure that people have got the best facilities. But hybrid offices will just be the normal. Some days you will be talking to a colleague in the office. Another day you will be talking to a colleague online because one of you won't be there or few of you won't be together. So it's going to be transitional, and it will always be based on what is best, not just what is the routine. So it means that more offices need more rooms and spaces to have these meetings, which is fantastic for all of us on the call, because what it means is that there is going to be a big investment. And just if you look at the statistics down below on this slide, this is from a different survey, a company called Nimertis that did a global survey early this year. And what they concluded from their survey results is that nearly every business that they surveyed, 94% said that they were going to invest in collaboration. That's the stuff that we supply, the stuff that you deliver, the stuff that your customers need. And that over a third of companies are going to be increasing and investing in the number of meeting rooms that they will have. If they need more space and more rooms, they need more equipment. So it's going to be big, and we need to be ready, and we need everybody to be well educated about what are the best options. And the good thing is the customers have been using meeting tools remotely for the last year and a half. So the market is better educated. The customer base knows what they want. More than a quarter of people now understand that there are many different choices to hold meetings. We're using a Zoom meeting today. Many of you will use Zoom in your business or your personal meetings. Others will use Teams. Others will use WebEx. There's tens and dozens of these different platforms. And customers realize that they don't just need equipment that will work with one, they need equipment that will work with all, because they will get invited to many different platforms. And so let's talk about getting the right solutions for the different locations. Because if we have the right vehicle, it'll be, without it, it's going to be a challenge. So let's continue with this remote work, because it is going to grow. The best thing that we can help them with is to make sure they can be heard as clearly as possible. And our little KONFTEL Ego is a wonderful device for that. It's portable, it's USB, and it's Bluetooth, and it's USB charged. It's got a 16-hour talk time battery. It's a powerful piece of kit. It will work with your laptop as well as your mobile, so you can work hands-free wherever you are. You can be typing, you can be walking around, you can make a cup of coffee, you can still be in touch. Importantly, you're not wearing a headset. Some people like to do that, and that's fine. But in these days of hygiene and being safe, anything on your face, you're going to be tempted to touch. This is a fabulously hygienic solution as well. So it's a great product, but it's not just a great personal device. You can put this in your bag and zip it in its little pouch, take it back into the office with you. It's reusable in an office of 2, 3, 4 people. You can actually sit around together and speak to your colleagues who aren't in the office with exactly the same equipment that you're using at home. That's just so familiar and so easy. And then what's the obvious next alternative? You give people a really good camera. And we've got our Cam 10. You can see a little picture here that's just come up there. And it shows you the size and the scale of it. It just clips on top of your laptop. It could even sit on your desk. But it's a really fabulous resolution. I'm speaking to you today through both my Cam 10 and my KONFTEL Ego. So hopefully that's giving you a good impression. But just as a really good quality professional webcam can make all of the difference between being seen and participating and making a very, very good impression, rather than being a little bit hazy, a little bit fudged on the background. It's got its own camera control app, so you can control it from your laptop. It's got an autofocus. It's got its privacy shutter. It's even got microphones. So if you actually, didn't want to have anything else, you could just use a Cam 10 with a microphone and use your laptop speakers. So a super quality little product. And what's the obvious thing to do is put them both together. And I'm just going to share with you a little video here of from our website. It'll only last for a minute, but it'll just give you an idea of how these products come together. So I'll play that for just 1 minute and a half. So continuing with the working from home package, please be aware that it's not just somebody sat at a desk. It can be anybody. There's a whole sector of people working from home. And that means that it could be teachers, it could be gym instructors or yoga instructors, it could be anybody. So please talk to all of your contacts and customers, because that is the kind of, a massive market sector. So let's talk about the return to the office. And critically, we know that we're going to be talking about social distancing, remote working, more meetings, but quality and compatibility are going to be really, really key. We need to make sure that people are using equipment that works and it's consistent across an organization. But critically, as Rodney said at the beginning, it's really important. The trend is that people use the same equipment at the office that they're using at home, the same setup. It's just on a bigger scale. So that's the kind of approach that we're taking, so that everybody is familiar, the user experience is really good, so everything should work really well. So this is how we do it. So what happens is that we have a laptop, the same thing we're using now on our own or with colleagues. We just take that into the meeting room, and in that meeting room will be a big screen or a projector. There will be a high quality camera and top quality video. From the laptop, people will join their own meeting, whatever that is. And that's the simplest way and the easiest that everybody can make this work. So what we have then is that all anybody needs to consider themselves with is take their own laptop. It couldn't be any easier. Everything then in the room is set up. They then just need to connect. And this is the fastest growing market sector, the fastest growing video conferencing sector, because it's easy. And if it's easy, we're all happy. So what do we bring to the party then? Well, we bring the video. We've got a great choice of video cameras. You can see the selection here. The little Cam 10 that we talked about before is available on the right-hand side. You can see on the left-hand side, we've got a different product that is actually a wide-angle 4K definition camera, perfect for those huddle room to kind of like mid-sized meeting rooms of maybe say 10 or 12 people. Wide angle, 123 degrees, a perfect pitch to get people really close up, or in social distance times, sat further apart, nearer the outer edges of the room rather than all sat together around the middle of the table. Still USB, just USB. And then in the middle of the table, we've got our big optical 360 degree pan tilt zoom camera, the Cam 50, with a massive 12 times optical zoom lens, crystal clear quality, 1080p resolution. It's perfect for those bigger meeting rooms of anything from 8 to 20 people. A perfect combination. And USB again, it needs power supply, so that's going to be more of a permanent fixture. The other two are just USB, so they're even portable. So again, the advantage of an investment that you can use and reuse in different places. And then to add to the great video quality, we've got a whole selection of audio endpoints. And this, Rodney and Candice, I'm interested in your view on this, because more and more, as people are going back into their office, because of social distancing, they're saying we have to get more meeting rooms kitted out, but we need powerful audio because we're going to be more socially distanced. And so we bring a whole portfolio of audio devices of different power, different performance, different price, different appearance, different size rooms that they will be used for, and different connectivity. Some of them are USB and Bluetooth. Some of them are telephones that you can use as a telephone device. Some of them are telephone, USB and Bluetooth. The one on the bottom right, you could actually have a Zoom call now with colleagues, but we need to get somebody on the call that isn't included in Zoom, and we just ring them from the KONFTEL across the telephone network. They answer on their desk phone or their mobile, wherever they are, and they join our Zoom call as a participant for an audio call. So we're actually combining different networks. Really popular, really important ways to make sure that every meeting is successful, not having to be rescheduled because certain people don't use a particular application. So we've got a great portfolio of cameras and audio endpoints. And to make it ultra simple, we've got this little box of magic in the middle called our one cable connection hub, where everything in the room is connected into it via HDMI or USB or whatever the connectivity might be, meaning the customer only takes their own laptop into any meeting room and connects one USB cable from our hub into their laptop. It's a bright orange cable, so everybody knows it's distinctly there for a reason. It's got a little cable, a little badge on it to say what it does. Connecting one cable is possible for all of us. Connecting 3 or 4 different devices isn't. So we're keeping it really simple to make it a great success. And it's your own laptop, so you know what to do. So connect up, start your meeting, and everything comes to life. And there is a trend in the market. Some people want to connect via their own laptop for different things. You can still do that. Well, what about wireless? People say, well, I'm not so sure I want so many cables. You don't need to. We've got a little Bluetooth dongle that we can insert into our hub. So you can then have a completely wireless Bluetooth audio device in the middle of the room. No trailing cables, a perfect Bluetooth connection. So you can have the audio anywhere in the room without thinking about having to put cables anywhere. We even partner up with other companies that have wireless sharing content devices, so you can connect your laptop wirelessly into the system. So lots of tremendous, powerful, but simple to use solutions for every network, every customer. And as we then look at the boardroom, well, this is what it used to be pre-pandemic. It would typically be a conference phone in the middle of the room. And that's great. That's what we've built our business on. And it's still the case today. The only difference is there's a lot more equipment in there as well. So Rodney and Candice talked about the boardrooms, anything from 4 people to 20, 30, whatever it might be. This is what it now looks like. You'll still have your great quality audio device. People prefer it in the middle of the room because that's where people sit around. You could put it at the front of the room. You could put it together with the camera, but you have an audio device. You'd have the best video that you can get for that particular room, and you've got your big screen. And all you're doing is putting your own laptop into that equation, and then you've got fantastic quality video conferencing. And on the left-hand side here, this just shows you how we put our packages together. All of those different devices come together as a bundle. So if you want a small room solution for 3 or 4 or 5 people, the top left-hand side is what we call our CAM20 huddle room package. If you want a bigger boardroom solution, you go to the bottom right-hand side. And that's choices in between. So something for everybody. And the great thing with KONFTEL and Headset Solutions is it's not just about giving you the nearest best solution for every room. Because of the range of products that we have, we can give you the very best solution, the perfect fit, both for audio and video. So our pledge is to kind of cover the whole of the market, every business. It's got different size rooms. So for your smaller rooms, you've got a huddle room space of a few people, the CAM20 Ego. And you can see there that it's a combination of the CAM20, the Ego, and the hub, all comes as one. But if you want something slightly bigger, you go to the KONFTEL 70. And this is a brand new audio product that we just launched during the last few months. And it's already winning awards throughout the industry because of its design and quality and performance. But what it does, it brings a brand new generation of technology to a smaller meeting space. So we're able to bring the very latest beamforming technology so that only the people that are talking are heard. There's no distracting background noises. There is no interference. It's just the best, crispest, perfect microphone pickup. There are 4 microphones put into this little device. That's more than many suppliers have in any of their biggest room devices. So it's really, really powerful. And what it does, it just means that you've got the very best audio for a room of, say, 4 right through to 12 people. Nothing else is needed. No expansion, no extension. It's just a great quality device. Package that up with the CAM20, and you've got a solution then for any meeting space, really, from 4 to 10 or 12 people. Top quality video, 4K video, top quality beamforming audio. It doesn't get any better. And
Jeff, maybe just the picture that was just on there in the previous slide. I think what is quite interesting and very important to mention there is if you look at it, that photo, is how close those people are sitting to that monitor, and a person on the other side is actually can view them, can see both of them on his monitor. The view angle of this Cam 20 is actually phenomenal. I was very much impressed.
Yeah, it's all of the technology and all the industry analysts, we've all debated about what is the sweet spot for the wide angle. And anything from 120 to 125 degrees is considered to be the optimum. If you go for 180, you're going to see all the mess in all of the rooms. So this is kind of like perfect for those close-up rooms. And as Rodney said, you can sit right next to the big screen and you'll still be seen. You can sit on a traditional square table, or you can go for these side-on wide angle rooms. And all customers have got different shapes and sizes, so it's important that we've got the best option. But if someone's got a more traditional longer meeting room, you just swap out one camera 20 for the Cam 50, keep the audio, but then you've got a more traditional kind of look for your boardroom. So if you need that longer table, this is the perfect solution for that. So, you know, it's really covering meeting spaces for people to sit together from anything from 4 to 10 or 12 people. And that's a real sweet spot in the market. But then it all comes as packages, or you can have them as individual items. So that's the great thing. If you just want extra audio, the KONFTEL 70 will give you the best audio that you can get in the market. If you want the cameras for a small or a wider room or a longer room, we've got the packages available as well. So that's what we can bring to the marketplace. And if you want to start going bigger, or you need more power, we've got the KONFTEL 800. This is the award-winning, the best video conferencing solution from last year. It was voted by the industry experts, and it was Frost & Sullivan made the awards. So this is kind of for those customers that want to have, you know, the best. They want to have audio that not just connects to the video, but they want it to connect to the telephone network as well. And so they've got every way to connect by Bluetooth, via USB for video, and via IP for telephony calls. And it's a smart looking, stylish piece of kit, and it just works exactly the same as everything we talked about before. So it's familiar. So no matter what size of room you're doing, it's the same way of working. And every employee, whatever room they go into, they know, take their laptop, plug a USB in, and it's just the same way of working. It's just the kit's changed. They don't need to look at that. And so combine the KONFTEL 800 with the Cam 20, and again, you've just got bigger versions, bigger coverage. But the great thing about this device is that this just keeps going, it keeps growing. So you can add intelligent microphones, and you can have 1 or 2 of those to increase the distance and coverage, or you can even daisy chain the units together. So you've got fantastic pickup, not just of an added microphone, but speaker coverage as well. So daisy chaining or expansion microphones, this product can really cover everything. It is a superb piece of kit, and they come packaged as well. So you can have the Cam 20 800, or you can have the Cam 50 800. Depends on your customer's room requirement. So there is something for everybody. And this, as I said, this won all of the awards last year. As you know, the phrase was the KONFTEL 50 800 offers the best value for money in the marketplace this year. So that's a great award to have won. So how can we help you to do all of the customer interfacing? So we have just launched a brand new marketing tool. It's on our website. We can direct you to that with Candice and Rodney's team afterwards. But if you just click onto the this slide, what it will do, it actually takes you to our interactive website. And so you can see here, this is our KONFTEL website. Anywhere on the website, you've always got these tabs across the top. Just as soon as you click in the video one, this is what you see. And on here, you can see there is an interactive planning tool. So you can see at a glance, when you're talking with your customers, what kind of room are they looking to use? Is it a manager's office up here in the top corner? Is it a bank of open plan offices? Is it some little breakout areas in the middle? Or is it a classroom, or a big teaching room, or even a U-shaped training room, or along the right-hand side, you know, more traditional enclosed meeting areas? Well, the tool, what it allows you to do is actually just click on any room, and what it will then do is say, okay.
Sorry, my apologies. You're sharing currently the PDF, the PowerPoint. We're not sharing the website. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. I do apologize.
That should have, okay, what I'm going to have to do then temporarily is...
While you do that, for everybody, all my resellers, we've got a link on our website. When you go to headsetsolutions.co.za, there is a link for this, so you'll be able to actually access it from our website as well.
Yeah. So if I just sorry, you can see my screen there?
It's not sharing it.
Okay. You see my screen?
Not yet. Okay, something's happening. Yeah, okay, we've got it.
What I'm just going to do is share with you, if I go onto the KONFTEL site, I'd like to show you in real time because it's so powerful. And so if I just go into can you still see me?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go onto the video link on our website, sorry, it's not doing it. I'm going to have to do it on, can you see now?
Yes.
Okay, so all I did was clicked onto that particular room. So I went into show setup, and it will actually show you the kind of cabling that is required. So you can talk with your customers about a room like this with this kind of setup, and you can see down on the bottom right hand side here the kind of cabling that's required, where it would run, so you can plan in advance about what the kind of setup is. The great thing about this tool is then you can kind of like explore more. You can click onto this little tab here, and it will then show you everything you want to know about that particular solution. And there's videos, there's a lot of information. But the idea of this tool is that you can talk with your customers about everything that they might have, any particular room. And this is just an example, but it covers a great type of meeting.
Yeah, it covers almost every room. I see that you've got a training room, you've got a boardroom, you've got a medium boardroom. Almost every single setup you've got covered here. That's great.
Yeah. And please use it. You know, just after this event, just look at it, click on it, and you'll get a feel for what it can do. Show that to your customers. You will reduce the time to explain, understand, and discuss what's required massively. So we really see great benefits of this already. And you know, just to give one final example, if you just click on the home worker, this just shows you what a home worker would have. Show the setup. It's the personal video kit, and you can just see it's purely USB. So people get it. It's really, really simple to understand. So hopefully that's what we can sort out for you. So
yeah, very powerful. Thanks, Jeff.
Okay, so now if I just kind of conclude and hand it over to yourselves, just to perhaps talk about the offers, and then we'll talk about the prize draw. But what we've got, just as a summary, is to say that there's always support to have. You can try KONFTEL equipment. Your customers can get hold of KONFTEL kit and get first-hand experience of the quality and test it. Just see what you think about it. Nearly everybody wants it. We're going to do a prize draw, and that will be done very, very shortly after today. You guys can have not for resale kit. You can buy heavily discounted KONFTEL equipment, massive savings, so that you can show them, you can use them, get familiar, because the market is going to want to know more and more about the options. There's no better way for you being educated and informed by using the kit yourselves. and you can have one, you know, for each reseller. Contact the guy.
Is that, sorry, sorry, not for resale tools. Is that one, when you say one per reseller, is that one per SKU per reseller? So I can, for argument's sake, purchase a CAM 20 as well as a CAM 50?
Yeah, you can.
Or is it just once purchase?
It's one item per reseller. If somebody says, look, I've got a team of people and I want to have a few, talk to us, you know, but we make something available for everybody. And if you've got opportunities, talk to Candice, talk to Rob, because we will register any strategic or volume opportunities, and we'll give you the best price support we can. So, but there's also loads of marketing. I just talked to them before about the kind of marketing support that's on our website. Please make use of it because it's free. You can populate your website with our content, copy it. There's case studies, there's lots of information. So hopefully we can help you to be very successful, because the market is going to be really, really buoyant. So let's start with some good news.
Sorry, Jeff, just before we get there, I've got a quick question from Dion. I know you're very excited to get to the lucky draw, but let's just answer the question. Hi, please explain how the try and buy option works. Dion, you can just make contact with your BDM, your business development manager from Headset Solutions, that will be able to assist you with the samples on the specific KONFTEL equipment you will be looking for. I think we've got every single unit available as a sample unit in our warehouse. So yeah, just make contact with your business development manager. If you can't get hold of him, make contact with me and we'll take it from there. It's not a problem at all.
Thanks, Rodney. So should we share some good news?
Yeah, please.
About the winner?
I think, yeah, for the ask Neil to come on and do a live draw for us.
Hey.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Who's the lucky winner? Got the names here. I need to look away when I pull one. Louis.
Don't see that.
Louis.
There we go.
Louis is
Hey,
our winner.
well done,
Louis
Louis.
Borrego.
Great stuff. We will be in contact with you and we'll ship that device through to you. Congratulations.
Yeah, great stuff. Thank you. Guys, that's the end of my my pitch. Rodney, if you'd like to conclude with everything, but thanks for your time. Sorry about the volume stuff there, but hopefully you got a good impression. So Candice and I, as well as the headset team, are available for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, Rodney.
Yeah, thanks everybody attending here. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Jeff, for going through the product range. I think there's a lot more we can go into details with for the battery life, capabilities, Bluetooth, how to connect. But I think the tool that you shared with us is actually power. I think if we can use it and we can get our resellers to use it to advantage, it can actually do a lot of work on their behalf. Even get their customers to use it and actually see what is their setup and try to communicate through or get the feedback back to us. Once again, as I mentioned, please get in contact with the business development manager. If we do not have the samples, we will engage with Candice. We will make sure that we get the samples out to you to experience what we've shown here as well, live in your environment or in your customer's environment. And lastly, from my side, thanks for everybody. Thanks for joining, and we're very excited about these products.
Thanks all. Goodbye. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.